Yo, 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 what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. You already know if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. To all the returning friends and family, you already know it's peace and blessings. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of time to tune in case these notifications ain't go out. Tamika, what's going on, baby? First things first, y'all already know. Hopefully, everybody having a blessed and productive Wednesday. Hopefully, everybody's smoothly getting through the workday. And congratulations to all the proud parents of 2024. Uh, Again, another year, another blessing, you know, more ways to elevate and grow. So, keep the ball rolling, make sure everything is going accordingly. And again, just enjoy the blessings, and make sure you trying to do the utmost for the day. For those out and about, you already know he's kind of in a little heat wave, little mini wave. It's not as hot, but still try to keep yourself hydrated. If you need to be in the shade, keep yourself in the shade. Preservation of health more than anything. You already know what it is. You got any plans? The next few days is going to be extremely hot as far as the heat index. So be sure you're keeping yourself in the coolest spots that you can keep yourself in. Appreciate everybody that tuned in Monday for the conversation. Definitely was a great one, nonetheless. For those who might have missed it, catch the replay. Today, I'm gonna chime in on something that I've been kind of iterating on, so on and so forth. But it really is something that needs to be said right now. And again, I want to speak to those who honestly need to hear it, because right now, uh, with what's going on out here in these streets, there are a lot of you who are taking risk right now. Now, the parents, y'all gotta hear this one because, again, you don't know, and if you are concerned, then this don't apply to you. If you're a concerned parent and always on point, then that don't concern you. This message is concerning the ones who are being slightly irresponsible or fully being irresponsible. Cool gamer, what's going on? Now, for some of you mothers out there, some of you fathers out there, you're supposed to be raising your young kings and queens. You're supposed to be raising them. At least try to point them in the right direction of things. Now, there's no way you can tell me that at 2 in the morning, 2:30 in the morning, the young queens are out just like how it would be the young dudes out scheming, plotting to do something they ain't supposed to even be doing. Louisiana, baby. Now, again, this is something that I feel need to be said. There's no way you can tell me that you're that much of an irresponsible parent to allow your children, especially your young queens, to be out all hours of the night. And ain't none of them over. Oh my God. My bad, y'all. This is my thing. Then none of y'all over the age of 12, 13. I believe you should have been at home at that time because, again, there's a lot of different things that could happen, especially in this city of ours. Now, again, I'm going to speak to some of y'all who need to hear it. If you're not getting in control of your young daughters, just like you're not getting in control of your young kings, at some point they will be victims out here in the streets. Some are going to think that they ready or they battle tested for certain things, but trust me, they not. I'm sorry, but it could have been a real severe situation. Those same young girls that was scheming to do some form of robbery or some form of crime, they could have ended up being victims of a crime. Where are you parents at? Why does it seem like some of y'all do not care about your offspring? You just toss them out to the streets and to the wolves, and for what? Again, it's sad when you look at this baby faces that are out there doing the utmost. Now, see, again, in that situation right there, it could have went bad. Those same young queens could have been victims of a heinous attack. They could have been a victim of violence, whether it's physical or gun violence. They definitely could have been victims as far as being kidnapped and abducted. And you would have never known it because, again, you're busy either trying to live a second childhood or you're either too busy to pay attention or notice what's going on, or in some cases, some of y'all just being neglectful and don't give a damn. It's crazy. But for some of y'all, you'll think, oh, as long as they ain't behind the jails and as long as they ain't under, yeah, but that's crazy. You're not giving them no form of real wisdom or education outside of just do what you gotta do to survive. Sad. London, what's going on, baby? Again, I really believe that's sad, man. Like these young queens shouldn't have been out trying to plot, trying to do something that it could have cost them their life if the wrong person would have been on. See, again, your young queens shouldn't be out here all hours of the night putting themselves in those type of predicaments. I can remember back in the day when if we even thought to be out late, we better hope to God that nobody caught us or found us. Because once they found us, it was over. Oh, shoot. It wasn't even going to be that long before you ended up being right back in your house. Because, again, what are you doing out that late? I granted, is no school, graduations, etc., etc. Yeah, yeah, welcome to the summer. But there's some of y'all that need to start getting involved in programs. Some of you parents need to start involving your kids in whatever programs are available. Again, show them something outside of just common. There's commoncy. I'm sorry. In my opinion, it's good to be extraordinary because guess what? You have a balance. You have a wisdom on things. You know, you're figuring out your life the way you're supposed to. Jewel, what's going on, baby? I'm sorry, but it's crazy because so you don't want them to be anything common, basically. 'Cause there's some of you who are gonna push your kids to be something great for the family tree. Then there's some of you who you're gonna miss the ball just because you're not focusing on your children. Now we know why in certain situations some of these young ones be out and about all hours of the night because they really don't have nobody. They don't have a home loving background. Some cases, I don't. Some cases are like that. They ain't coming from a good background where it's positivity, growth, hope. Nah, everything is get it how you live. Popcorn, what's going on, my guy? You know what I'm saying? You know, you gotta remember this part. If you're not giving them solid options, solid tools, like I said before, basically showing that your love ain't as strong as it is. You got people that, prime example, they come from the street life. They probably still live in the street life. They got kids, family, and all. Guess what? They keeping everything preserved the way they supposed to, which means they are making sure their kids are not following the same path. They also make sure that their family is not within reach of anything that they shouldn't be within reach in. Again, it's about being responsible. You doing whatever you got to do in particular to take care of your kids. Prime example, you pretty much on the up and up. And believe me, I believe if there was a lot more fathers involved, at least with this situation, them girls wouldn't have been outside. And see, had that nobody caught them, they could have possibly got away with some things. In regards to what, it probably would have went from a petty burglary or petty larceny to grand larceny, depending. Or could have been worse. Could have been a situation where them armed guards probably would have had to put a bullet in. And then what? You don't want to wish that or see that happen to anybody's child. Your children, for that matter, neither. Remember that old saying about curiosity killed the cat? It did. There's some people right now who are unalive right now because of that, being too curious or just doing the utmost when they should be following their gut instinct. But when you have nobody really leading them to be their own people, this is what's going to happen. And again, it's time for some of them to stop being followers of this quote unquote, quote unquote site. Start thinking for yourselves. If you know, prime example, your kids ain't into certain things, you need to find something for them to do. Don't just force something on them, like I said before. Find out where the strengths is at, the talents lie at. The main thing to remember again is try to keep their minds as stimulated as possible. It is important because the more you do, the more they see opportunity, the more they get more options for life. Whether they want to be the common worker or they want to be the self worker or they want to be the inventor or whatever. But if you don't get out to do those things and actually experience those things, it's not going to work. James, what's going on, my guy? You already know if y'all just tuned to hit the like button. I think this is something that's crazy too because I was just watching something and oh yeah, I got to get the information on that for those people who might be in that area. But they got some programs going on this summer. I don't know what they doing state to state, but as far as my state and my city is concerned, they got some programs going on within the 5 boroughs. A lot of those programs are going to be 4 days out the week, maybe 5 days, but you're going to get a little bit of everything. You're going to be also just remembering that almost like a fresh air camp to some degree, you're going to be getting a whole bunch of exercise and all recreation. Sports program for the next 2 months. I think of all ages, if I'm not mistaken, or from a certain age to a certain age, like how they always do, which is good. There's a lot of y'all that, even if it is from city to city, state to state, there's a lot of y'all that could be beneficial as far as bringing more opportunity, regardless, to the children within your community, especially those who, again, you don't want in the streets. It's the truth. Like, there's no way you can tell me that you feel comfortable with your daughters being outside. Again, not even 12, 13 years old. They out there all hours of the night. 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. When most of y'all should either be in the bed by now or at least be in your crib within the safe confines. It be too much going on out here in these streets. Again, look how many people have been unalive because wrong place, wrong time. People being innocent bystanders just because bullets either ricocheting or just wild, reckless abandonments going on when it comes to those forms of violence. The child could get hit in an instant. You could get hit in an instant. Gotta be safe now. There's too much going on again for you not to worry about your children. Because again, you don't want it to be a situation where your child done snuck out the house or done been sitting out all hours of the night and she don't come back home. And again, I'm speaking to those who raise these or supposed to be raising these young queens. I gotta get more in tune, man. Same thing with the fellas, yeah. Y'all gonna have to get more in tune. Yeah, you're supposed to be raising your king, but you're also supposed to be teaching your queens all the values that they're supposed to be teaching them. Again, it's a joint effort. I'm sorry, because the other night, like I said, could have got critical on either end. All it takes is a split second, and your child will not be coming back home because they'll either be in a body bag, God forbid, or they'll be in that damn system for something that they shouldn't have even thought to do. Like, look at the consequences of some of these teens who been out and about drinking, doing whatever, partying with friends, and instead of being logical or instead of taking the safe route to get back to where they was going to, got behind the wheel of a car, let's say. Things can happen. Even if it don't happen to them, they can end up hurting somebody along the way. Again, there could be possibilities of that even happening. God forbid your child be out and about playing around the streets, let's say, and get hit by a bus. Ain't no stopping no bus, especially a bus that's over a ton. You ain't stopping that. What you gonna do then? So I said it's imperative that y'all really start paying close attention to what your children are doing and where they at exactly. Because again, it's gonna get critical. It's gonna get critical. Again, I feel a lot of y'all will be crying this summer, or you will be crying before the end of the year, or you might be crying coming into the new year. The way that thing took place, man, listen, it could have went down either which way. That place could have had trained pit bulls or Dobermans, all forms of dogs sitting in that yard. What happens if you thought to slide through? Your daughter would thought to slide through, or now look, done got mauled by a whole bunch of dogs. You gotta think, man. There's a lot of y'all who will sit here in your communities and cry about certain shit, but you won't be a part of it. It's always just focus on this, focus on what we need to focus on. We can still be focusing on our own to a degree, but we still got to focus on the ones that's coming behind us. Because what are we really giving? What is anybody giving? Never know how these situations could play out. That's why, again, it's important to start really having visuals on your children. You need to start making a conscious effort because, again, if you want them to grow into adulthood, you want them to be something great and grand like some of y'all claim to do, then guess what? You're going to have to make the necessary steps to make sure it happens. And that means really making sure that they're doing their homework. Again, doing what the parent is supposed to be doing. Making sure your kids is doing their homework. They up to date on the things they need to. If they need help with them science projects, help them out. Anything along those lines. Now, in certain spots, they're about to probably start eliminating those regional exams, which is something that, look, you can't cry no more. You don't got to worry about no fucking test towards the end of the year or in the middle of the year. You just got to worry about passing your grades. They basically trying to give you the easy way to graduate. Appreciate you for dropping those links, James. You already. But this is what I'm saying, though. It's something to really think about, though. How do you feel comfortable. Again, letting your young kings and queens be out well past their time. Like I said, anything can happen. You're a part of vehicular homicide. Let's say your children out there, they done stole a car. God forbid, they don't know what they doing and accidentally hit somebody. Could possibly even hit somebody within their elder stages. What you gonna do then? Your kid's drunk, prime example, or doing something they ain't supposed to be doing. They intoxicated. They decide to get behind the car and end up hurting something. What you gonna do then? Guess what? They not the ones that just gotta live with it. You gotta live with it because again, they're your responsibility. It's supposed to be within your kid. You are supposed to be making sure that regardless to what, they are not in any form of danger that could seriously harm or jeopardize any part of their future. Think it's cool your child probably being in jail before they even the age of 17 and they could be possibly facing a life sentence just because you didn't pay attention to what you were supposed to be paying attention to? Kid you not. It's not a game no more. BMF don't come in here with that. Told you that already. I ain't even get my lottery ticket, bro. You know what? I got something for you. I got something for you. Oh, I gotta download this one. Don't worry. I gotta download this one. I gotta download this one. You gonna play games today. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm gonna make sure I put this one in right. I'm gonna do this right, y'all. You know, but you gotta remember that part though. How you gonna feel if they end up doing something and they mess up their own situation? I'm sorry, but it's crazy, man. I'm sorry, I had to pause real quick because I'm trying to make sure this call moves. And again, congratulations to the parents, the proud parents of 2024. Give me 1 second because I was also looking for something. But no, it's truthfulness right there. How do you feel knowing that your children possibly are out here doing things they could possibly hurt themselves? Again, if you love your children like you say you do, you better show them everything you could possibly show them. And yes, I'm saying that because again, you definitely don't want to be on the other end of that receiving call. Trust me, it ain't gonna be a good look. Definitely won't be a good look, and it won't be a good feeling either. I already know, BMF. You already know how we do it. You already know how we do it, man. No, but you know, you got to start being more responsible. And see, again, it's a community reach to a degree. The right people within the community gonna have to pull it together and just continuously put the efforts in. Because just like I said, we know there's certain things they ain't getting no opportunities on, they ain't getting no help from the government on. We already know that. But in that same instance, I've seen people with little to nothing make something grow just off the simple sheer fact of doing what's necessary. Alfred, what's going on, baby? Chilling, chilling. You already know. You already. cooling out, trying to stay cool right now. It's hot outside today. Got my Gatorade though, so I'm good. I'm good. You know, you gotta remember that part. There's people who have little to nothing that made things work. And for the sole benefit, because again, it's not about just them, it's about the young ones that's within the community. There's a lot of people who have potential to actually be something great in life. There's people who never know if they're going to be great in life because they already give up, or they've already been given the basic negativity of you ain't going to succeed just because. You know, you got to remember, everybody deserves a form and opportunity to grow and grow within the best, the best realms of things. Again, it doesn't matter what your profession ends up being within life, as long as it's not behind that wall or not in the early grade. It's supposed to be the most important thing because you do have a lot to offer in life, and life has a lot to offer you outside of the normal stresses and the day-to-day pains, or the different pains that's happening right now. Things that you know for a fact you can't control. Those points right there, that's something you just gotta live with. But everything else is supposed to reach for the stars. Even with you adults sometimes, and I'm saying some of y'all because again, gotta look at the blueprint from certain people right now. Like I said, there's a bunch of programs that's about to be going on throughout the city from what I've seen. So again, you want your children doing something constructive, get into those programs. If those programs don't fit your criteria, then you need to either find another choice or make it your own choice to do so. Start making more family outings. Start really like doing things. It'll help. Cry about the kids, don't want the kids in the streets. But what else you giving them outside the streets? Like, what's going to keep them well balanced all year round? Not just for this fucking summer, but for all year round. I'm telling you. Again, some of y'all could be a bigger impact to those who are already starting the voting process of things. You got to be able to stand united. See, that was the difference back in the day and that. Even when there were certain programs we did lack, we made up for it. Believe me when we say your kids throughout the whole summer, if they wasn't at fresh air camp, they was gonna be a part of some form of group activity to where they were gonna be busy every day. They gonna be busy, gonna be recreation, but they also gonna be learning something. So I'm saying certain things y'all could be more united on if y'all would just get over your own personal vendettas and agendas and whatever else. But again, it got to be the right people that's coming along for that. Because again, everybody could be a part of a fight in this culture that we live in. Depends on what your fight is. But if some of y'all going to stand united on that fight, then hey, you got a fighting chance. Because again, it ain't just about y'all. It's about those who are going to be coming in behind us even when we're long gone. You got to give them some form of blueprint and some form of tool to just continue to fight, but also live your best life. It's a balance in the process, But again, that could have been a dire situation right there. It's just like I said, And that's a whole fact, London, a whole fact. But it's sad because again, what would have happened if those girls, those young queens, would have definitely gotten to the wrong form of situation out here in the streets? It's the same thing with the young kings out here. Some of y'all putting yourselves at risk for what reason? Because you want to play follow the leader, follow the game. Whatever happened to being your own person, making your own path, and just being unique? You don't always got to be a part of the in crowd sometimes. You could be the in crowd. Make your own in crowd. Not everybody is going to be on the same function, the same level to a degree. You're going to have some people that will make the best functions with any and everybody. How you would say the glue to the foundations, basically. You'll get those. There's a lot of y'all that, again, you want to follow behind people. You want to be out all hours of the night. Okay. Just know, again, like I said, there will be a lot of crying, a lot of heartaches. Once you take your eye off the main prize, which is your children, and they fall away from everything, basically lights out. They don't know how to maneuver and really get around on certain things. Might as well say their life is just over. And again, you would have to be the one bearing the brunt of that because again, you were supposed to be giving them the tools needed and necessary. Can't neglect that part right there. There's some people who will try to reason or argue, but you can't reason and argue with logic. Because by logic, it would basically be that there's a high percentage of even the ones coming in behind us that would actually be the future anything. Doesn't matter. The fact that they would even have a future stands for something. Because that means you had the dedicated people who actually cared about everything. Which you need to be. Hey, 1 second. I feel like I'm about to get attacked by birds, y'all. But I feel like this all in all, though. Future growth, future opportunities, future building mechanisms, it does start within the parents. It starts within the household. Again, this summer, a lot of you are going to have to pay attention to your kids. And I mean the babies, even the preteens and the teens. I'm telling you, because they're going to be getting into a lot of different things. Things that you know for a fact you should be trying to shield them from. Oh, no, they up on these trees. I just realized some squirrels in these motherfuckers too. My bad, y'all. So I got 2-for-1 specials over here. I got squirrels and birds. Let's see which one of them land on this grass first. I'm taking bets. But yeah, you want to try to incorporate them in all forms of creative activities because again, it's going to spark their minds and ideas. The young one could be the next future court justice or anything else along those lines. It could be a part of that judicial system, making changes that are needed. It could be a part of that damn presidential system or whatever. If not, hey, it could reach for that at least. Depending on what they really are into, you have to make sure you're focusing on that. Prime example, if they don't, like I said before, they don't like certain instruments, then You substitute something. If your kid again likes drums, but you trying to just teach them piano, at some point they're gonna start rebelling because they don't want to do it. They don't want it. They don't like it. And sometimes that's the main thing you gotta respect. At least they know off the rip what they like and what they don't like when it comes to that. It's about making sure they being as creative as possible because again they're gonna become their own person when they become adults. But you gotta not so much as coach them. You really have to scoop them up and show them, what reality really is. You gotta show them that. Like, look, even if you can't reach for this, you can still reach for other options. Again, it's about inspiring. And how can these kids feel inspired to be anything outside of something cold hearted or negative? You ain't pushing them that way. Again, when they do become adults, they make their own decisions. But they shouldn't be making adult decisions well before their time. Anybody with a reasonable or open mind will say that same thing. They shouldn't be forced to be making no decisions that could possibly hurt them or harm them. Your child decides to go out and God forbid they with the wrong crowd of people, and even if they thought they got away with something, there could be people that could be plotting to get them back. What's going to happen there? And again, when you get in that call stating that your child is being zipped up right now as we speak, but that you got to come identify your child. I don't think no parent would want to do that. Serious, what's going on, baby? Again, I don't believe any reasonable and any logical parent would want that. So again, I would suggest that a lot of you start getting on board with really monitoring your kids. Be safe on the road, baby. But again, just remember that part. No parent would want to do that. Start really paying attention to your children. When you see that they like certain things, you push them towards those things. And if they find other things that they might want to be interested in or feel like that's going to be their quote unquote niche in life, you make sure you harness that the right way and make sure that it's done solidly and done organically. I've seen people come from the roughest spots make something happen. Didn't matter what level of scale, they made things happen because they was determined. Main thing to remember is, if anything, you are supposed to be breaking some form of cycle. Whatever cycle prime example of unsuccess that was going on, they could be a part of bringing the blueprints. So everybody else can start doing what's necessary. Again, they're going to be their own individual. Whether they got siblings or not, they're going to be their own individual. So they need to carve out the right notions. Again, there's nothing wrong with inspiring the right type of things. Again, your children decide to go out, rob somebody, God forbid. Now that person they done robbed, you don't even know they could be connected one way or another. And now your kid is in the midst of a situation that they can't get out of, and you ain't gonna be able to get them out of. What you think is gonna happen? I believe that old saying, "You reap what you sow." So you better make sure your kids are not out there with the wrong type of crowds, getting into all forms of precarious predicaments, because again, it's not gonna look good. And I don't think no child should be risking their livelihood just for some form of fun or some form of game. It's not fun and games out in these streets after a certain time. And again, your children are just as liable or susceptible to be victims just like an adult or even an elder would. See, there's solid differences between then and now. I grant that. The world has definitely changed in my eyeballs in the last 20 years or so. I kid you not. Almost every damn thing changed. And whatever didn't change, whatever did remain the same, the feeling is still ain't the same. A lot of people hurting right now because they took their eyes off the prize and lost that prize out there in the streets. A lot of people right now took their eyes off the prize and now they loved ones or even their young ones sitting behind the wall possibly for life or for what? Again, it's about time for y'all to start thinking about the bigger picture. The bigger picture should always be growth and opportunity. And again, there is solid ways to do so. The main ones are gonna have to come together and map out some blueprints. Because again, it shouldn't just be about what the kids are going to get into for the summer or what's going to be beneficial and good for the kids this summer. It should be all year round. Like I said before, it should be all year round. Got to come to the table. Got to really sit down and focus on what's important right now. Some of y'all need vocational skills and so on and so forth. Bring more programs back with that. There's some of y'all that probably got kids who are interested in getting into trades and interested in crunching numbers and so on and so forth. Well, start bringing those back. Or start getting trained people, even down to the simplest people like um, tax brokers and stuff like that. Hey, kid might be interested even in that. If your kid is interested in trying to invent the next big thing, then be a part of that. But make sure that it's being done organically. The one thing that always hinders youngins from being a full potential person is when you got adults, or at least the irresponsible ones, who are showing them otherwise. At least within my opinion. Golden opportunities do start from the home, but it also starts within the right people, within the right community. Shoot. Even the worst communities have come together and put things together, at least for the children's sake. Like I said, differences between then and now. See, then, even with all the street activity and stuff going on, it was still things happening for the kids to be involved in, even throughout that drug era of the 80s. There was always something for these kids to get into regardless. It wasn't always the um, everybody was broken, impoverished. No, no, no. You had people who was living good or living above minimum. But again, it's about giving opportunities where it's needed or putting them involved in something opportunity wise. You know, that's the most important thing out of all of that. And that's what serve. You know, that's what served the purpose. Got to start finding things that's going to serve a purpose for the betterment of those around you. Now you good, BMF. Everything cool, bro. Glad you got a chance to speak to your nephew, though. See, and that's important right there. Doesn't matter. Again, whether you got kids or not, whether you guardians or whatever. Again, keeping those loved ones around you into something that's going to be beneficial and positive is the most important thing that you could possibly do. Give them something outside the streets. Because again, streets ain't always gonna have love for you. Streets ain't always gonna be there for you. No one ain't no love being shown at all. It definitely won't be no loyalty nor any of that. Especially if something really does hit the fan. You could be amongst a group of the wrong people, and guess what? We've seen what happens. Some people thought they was big and built for it, and they fucking people done shitted on them. Excuse my language, and then basically downed them out. You know, and that's what I'm saying. Got to start really coming to the table together. Because again, that's the difference between back then and now. When we knew we didn't have too many programs, we made programs on our own. Shit, it served a purpose. Again, you can't say throughout the year the kids was bored, the kids was in the streets all hours of the night. The ones that was, hey, there's always the small handful that's going to fall through the cracks. But shoot, when you're already in the belly of the beast, there is no other way outside of whatever unless you decide to make it happen. It's just real. Some people are going to be born into the criminal aspect of things. There ain't nothing you can do about that. That's going to be something them and the people around them are going to have to break. Again, I don't believe no children under the age of a certain age should be outside no 2, 3, 4 in the morning. Because what are you doing? Half of the spots ain't open, depending on where you at. Well, shoot, if you outside the city, you already know damn near everything will be closed. Shoot, half of the spots down outside New York City, I know y'all still got curfews. There ain't no kids, there ain't no youngins outside passing. Them niggas might be on their stoop. Ain't gonna be in no parks. They ain't gonna be trying to get into certain. And if they are, guess what? They know the consequences of stuff. Come on now. Out here is always gonna be opportunity to get in the sun because we don't sleep. That's the sad part. The city that don't sleep. But again, those young queens could have been victims of any form of crime just because they wasn't being paid attention to. God forbid if it had been a sexual attack of that nature happened to any of them while they was still out and about playing around in the streets. Now everybody would have been up in arms and upset and ready to go. Okay. But again, you need to pay attention. And for some of y'all, even the ones who really are trying to do what's best for your kids, you still need to pay attention. I don't care how busy you think you might be. You're going to always have to have some form of eyes on your prize. And that was another thing back in the day. Shoot, even if parents wasn't aware of certain things, they would have been aware of it because somebody in that community would have said, oh, yo, you know, I see your son over here, right? Yeah. Was they supposed to be in school? Well, shoot. Damn. And it just happened that way. Didn't matter. Because again, it was you was going to be held accountable. That was the form of you was going to learn responsibility and accountability. This is why a majority of us now are in the states that we're in right now. Yeah, we know the world is changing. They want views and ideas and everything to change as well too. But guess what? There's just things that will never change because that's something that's been set solidly. Again, children being out well past a certain time and they ain't even old enough again to buy a pack of cigarettes or even a beer, that's a problem. And again, I feel if some of y'all don't get in control right now, a lot of y'all gonna be crying. I'm telling you, we still got what 6 more months of the year left, maybe 5.5. There's gonna be a lot of y'all crying within the 5.5. And this is not, nothing to be joking about. And I'm not being judgmental or anything. I'm seeing this from a logical perspective, and I'm giving it from a logical perspective. There's a lot of you, if you don't get in control of your children, trust me, they're going to learn some form of a harsh lesson. If they don't become a victim of violence, if they don't become a victim of being in that system on the early grave, y'all know what the next thing is. Y'all going to end up being grandparents before time. Don't forget about that part. Especially right now, they probably running around out here trying to be hot and fast. Guess what? That will be their downfall. And that will be a part of your downfall too because you're not paying attention to being a responsible adult and a loving and caring parent on top of that. You can't say you love and care for your kids if you don't allow your kids to just run wild and recklessly. I'm sorry. It's a new day and age, yes. But some of the same things that we faced back then is happening now, but it's at a higher rate now. Time for people to start being a little bit more careful and responsible. Again, your children are supposed to be the future blueprints for the family tree, right? Show them that. Show them that there's always going to be some form of option, some form of opportunity, and you don't have to jump out of a window to do it. Teach them the basic structures and the basic lessons that they need to learn. Like, again, learn how to be respectful to people, especially people who could possibly be the ones helping them in the long run. Showing them that, quote unquote, be careful of who you have contact with coming up that ladder, and be mindful on that. You might see those same people when you come down that ladder, if you have to come down that ladder. Your main focus is once you get up there, stay up there. Gain all that you can gain, be humble while doing so. There's a lot of people right now who did that and have not come back down that ladder yet. That's because it's called humbleness and just doing it from the spirit, or just doing it from good spirit within. Teach them critical thinking. I said this one time before and I'll say it again. Even the programs that could be missing out your schools right now, or your kids' schools, you learned them, you already had knowledge on them. Give that to them right now. If you learned cursive writing, teach them that. Tell them the simplest things you teach them from young till a certain age, it'll stick with them. When they get into adulthood and they decide to make whatever decisions they're going to make, at least they'll know a blueprint again on how to maneuver in life, how to create the space and opportunity to grow no matter what. There's some of y'all who are being dealt cards right now, and you're not knowing how to really win that card game, basically. Look, you still got options. Depending on the game, though. You still got options to win that game. But you really gonna have to put your best thinking caps on. Again, don't force them into things they might not really be into. Let them decide what they're going to be into. And also make sure that when they do find what they're going to be into, that they stick with it. If that's what they say they're going to do. Sometimes, again, you're going to have to show the blueprint. And it does start from home. Certain points in life, you got to remember. Once you are consistently bringing children into the world, it is your responsibility as that parent to make sure your children get the best education, that they keep a strong roof over their head, that you teach them morals and values that are needed. I don't care if you're religious, atheist, whatever the hell your preference is. I'm sorry, I'm saying it today. You gotta make sure you get your kids within a good, constructive system. Something that's going to keep them motivated throughout life. Even if they had made some past decisions that kind of messed them up, if they still got time to make things right, then again, encourage them to do right. It's only so much you can do as a parent, yeah, when they get into adulthood, but your job's still never done. You still got to be the voice of reasoning, and also that come back to reality. Let's speak real quick. You sound crazy right now. Come on, my son. Let's come talk. It got to be that. My daughter, come sit down. It got to be that way. And I wouldn't say school them. No, you can't school them. You did that when they was young. Just give them a reasonable conversation. something that they can actually grasp onto. And it's about solid options, but making sure your children never forget that there's always solid options no matter what they're going through. There's going to be things that you ain't always going to be involved in with your children, but you still want to make sure your children's on the safe accord too. Denise, what's going on, baby? You already know if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. And if y'all new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let's see, reasonable conversations and logical conversations. This is what's going to be happening over here. Some people who like to deal with emotions, cool. I'm not dealing with it. Because when it comes to certain things, there shouldn't be no emotions involved when it comes to that logic right there. What's more logical than your kid being safe and at least having some form of a future? Crickets, right? Exactly. Tanya, what's going on, baby? You know, again, there's a lot of y'all who have even made the ultimate sacrifices to make sure your kids were in the best positions, and they succeed. And guess what? It's not so much as reaping the benefits of your children. No, you're just proud that you actually accomplished something that was hard for some people to do. I brought life into this world, and as much as the world has been changing, as much as this shit is corrupt, so on and so forth, my child had a fighting chance to actually be something. That's the greatest accomplishment right there for any parent right there. Whether again they a common worker or they working for themselves, it don't matter. My children actually learn, they actually survive, they still here. I don't gotta put them in the ground well before time. Again, it's about solid options. What options do you give your kids? You're not giving them the option of safety if you're allowing them to be outside all hours of the night. Again, because those girls could have been victims of any form of crime. And again, there's nothing going on late night except for a whole bunch of madness. And you might come across that. Again, you could have been running around provoking the wrong people, being around the wrong people. That could have been your life. Yeah, I remember that time I told y'all young dudes running around here trying to quote unquote bully and beat up on the homeless, and the right homeless person poked one of their asses. I don't know if he then shoot. I guarantee he won't think about it again. And it's sad it got to come to that, but there's some people who, again, they're only going to do things because they feel they within the crowd, or they got to put on, or yada yada. All right. And guess what? All of y'all messed with the wrong person. That person was a war vet, Purple Heart, and all of that. You could have butterflied y'all out there just because y'all try to jump him while he was sleeping. That man ain't bothering you. That's what I'm saying. Teach your kids, son. Ain't nothing cool about trying to quote unquote bully anybody or trying to provoke any form of violence on people that ain't being violent. Again, you better teach your kids to know when they got true friends and when they just got associates. And definitely pay attention to the enemies. You have to teach them that. Your children out here thinking they with the gang and everybody gonna be together when something happens. Now all of y'all get wrapped up. Who you think gonna end up taking the blame? If everybody decide to be on some squeal shit. You want to be a part of that life, guess what? That's something you're gonna have to face. Yeah, everybody solid. Ain't nobody going to everybody telling for a piece of chicken right now. Your ass gonna be the damn prize. Why? Because again, you want to be a part of. Even if you didn't do nothing. Guilty by association because you running with them. Tell them things you really need to teach them. And to be honest, there's things right now, like even for those, again, in school, you better start teaching them something better. Because what they trying to teach them in school is stuff that you should be teaching them as the parent. Nobody should be teaching your kids about certain things outside of you. Certain things, that's just part of protocol. Nobody else should be teaching your kids about sex. When it's time for you to sit down and have that talk, you need to sit down and have that talk. Nobody else should be trying to teach you anything outside of the regular curriculum that's supposed to be given to you. Mo, what's going on, baby? James Money. You got my money? Nah, what's going on, my guy? Oh, you just got to remember that part again. Like, it don't make no sense. You're not giving them any form of proper perspective of life, proper growth, and just, again, strong options. There's some of y'all who refuse to even take the necessary steps in your children's life, and that's why they are failing that. Your children can be great at anything, not just sports. They can be great at any damn thing they put their mind to. You still got to keep the motivation going. Like I said, there's future endeavors in almost everything that's going on, or you can create your own future endeavors. And that right there could be a blueprint to helping more people get to where they need to get to. There's a reason why everything is being sucked dry, because we are not standing up as a united front to take back what's supposed to be taken back. You can't always sit here and just say, well, it's this people and this. No. Forget that. If that's the case, what stopped us? What's the difference between back in the day and now? We was getting robbed on certain opportunities, even though we had a lot. We were still getting robbed on certain opportunities, but those opportunities we made on our own. We backed each other up and we did what was needed. And that's what the fuck was important. All right, they ain't got this in school. Guess what? They're going to be learning this after school. Oh, if they was having issues with this, guess what? By the time they left school, right into here. Hold up, yo. Yeah, so you need to help handle this? All right, we're going to do that. Tutoring programs. Some of y'all smart as a motherfucker. Y'all could be a part of a tutoring program. Make your own tutoring program. Set up your own business, prices, all of that. Some of you adults, again, that know everything about stocks, bonds, investments, all of that. Need more y'all out there, definitely. You create more people. Create more people to create more opportunities. Shoot. And that's a whole fact. Mo, listen. We know how it is, man. Listen. That's because we had that push back in the day. It really was like that. Like, all right, well, guess what? This is what it is. If they wasn't going to give us this, then we was going to make our own way, like we've been doing. Again, this is about unifying what needs to be unified. There's the reason why the structure is broken within the certain communities. And I'm going to say this because, again, this is a general message now. It ain't just solely about my people. It's about the people, period. There's a lot of y'all that's going to be crying if you don't get in control of your sons and daughters and get them off the streets. Give them something really useful and prosperous for their life. Why either mess up their life forever or mess up a portion of their life? They ain't necessarily have to do it. And that's the thing. A parent should always do that. Mother, father, or both. Or even a guardian for that example. You gotta learn, how to build a better structure for them. And then from there, you show them how to build their own structure. How you gonna want them to be confident in the world when you ain't showing them how to be confident? And showing confidence on a positive destruction level. Not no, I'm gonna show you all of this by the negativity, because it ain't gonna work. Again, some of y'all could be the future endeavors and be a part of the future endeavors. Again, what do you really want for your kids? There's a lot of y'all, I'm sorry, shouldn't be parents because you're still irresponsible and you're still being irresponsible by bringing more children into the world and you're not even taking care of the ones you got now. And on both ends, you're both setting yourselves up for the ultimate kill. Gotta think now. Them young queens probably would have been gone queens. Excuse me for saying it that way. Some of y'all think y'all know what your children are up to, but you really don't. And that's why, again, it's called being on a united front. Because even if you didn't know, somebody that you knew within that community knew. So you already knew it was going to be some form of info coming back to you. But you know, I seen your daughter over here, and I thought she was supposed to be. Well, guess what? You just got caught. Yeah, because parents made sure the kids was where they were supposed to be at. There's a lot of people that couldn't do that while I'm going to such and such house and not have to worry about that phone call even coming. Like, oh shit, I shouldn't have even said that. I know she gonna call there now. I know he gonna call there. Don't let it be both parents. Your ass was grass. Tell him. See, that was a difference. Whether it was a single parent home, two parent home, or guardianship, didn't matter. You thought the line do something that you knew was gonna cause you that you was gonna get that ass whooped. It's about responsibility and accountability. Remember, I'm responsible for you now. You got to be accountable for your lies and your actions. Now I got to discipline you. Or I'm just going to shut you down. You ain't going to be going outside. And if you do, you're going to be outside with me. Worst thing, you like, damn, I can't even go outside. You see your friends outside and they out here chilling and you stuck by the hip. You know that's embarrassing right there. Like, damn, so you can't even come outside. Hey, come on now. You're okay from that. If we didn't, you'll learn, shoot, because again, that's exactly what it was. Like, oh, so you think you tough? Watch this. Yeah, you was telling me, Mo. I remember that. You said that in one of the most recent ones. Man, that's crazy because see now, look, and some of y'all that's even out there that look, they ain't playing that three strike shit. They not. It could be the simplest thing. You gonna keep coming back? They ain't gonna keep coming back. You'd be lucky if you beat one of those. It would have to literally be something like, nah. As much as it could be a strike, it ain't. But if anything else falls in that confines, that three strike rule, guess what? Bye bye. And for what? I don't know about the laws out here because this shit is always changing. I don't know about that three strike, but even if it is a three strike, I don't believe is punishable by death. That's probably the only thing. But you're gonna be sitting up for a minute though. If you can bet your ass on that, you'll be sitting up for a minute. Like, damn, for what? Don't let you be on life parole or anything along those lines. Your ass is grass. Tell them. One or two people right now sitting up for that bullshit. The only thing you had to do was just avoid police contact at any means. You couldn't even do that. This is why you have to teach them self-control, self-patience. That's what I'm saying. Guidance is going to be the key for them. It was rare back in the day. Yeah, you did have some who was young, out and about in the streets. But again, they might have came from those situations like we see now. Families that really didn't give a fuck. But for those who did give a damn, you didn't see too many of them asses outside late. And if they thought to be outside late, guess what? They was enjoying every minute because they know they wasn't going to be seeing outside for the next few minutes. Y'all know what I'm talking about, few minutes. Few minutes be forever. Think about this punishment. You know what? You might not be going out this whole summer. Hey, what for what I do? You might not be going out this whole summer. Let's see how this all pans out. Let me see how I feel at the end of the day. It'd be crucial on that. Like, damn, you just messed up your whole entire fake life for nothing right now because you want to be out here being a fool. And some people, again, unalive, being outside, wrong places, wrong times. If it wasn't something as far as violence, they done got hit by a bus, train, something along those lines. Been out tweaking with people, doing the wrong forms of drugs, overdoses. You name it, we done seen it, it done hurt it. And those shits hurt. Regardless to how you may feel about it, those shits hurt. That's why I say you gotta be logical. I want more things, y'all gotta be a part of building more things. Like I said, people are doing things with little to next to nothing. Then you have people who are actually on the fight on the financial tip. Look, we're gonna make sure we keep some of these projects and things in order. That's what's needed. Telling you the world gonna be changing in the next 10, 20 years. You want your kids to at least be somewhat adaptable to whatever's going on right now. Or at least try to fight against what they need to fight against. Yeah, I know, Ma. I remember that part. That's what I'm saying. Your children could be the next quote unquote future politicians or the real game changers. Look, this is what we really set out to do, and this is what we gonna do. But again, I'm gonna say everybody, kids is in danger right now. It ain't just our melanated folks. Everybody, kids is in danger regardless. Not speak on certain situations. That's because it's a general topic. They ain't have to be melanated sisters. It could have been Caucasian. It could have been Asian. It didn't matter. The fact that they was out that late and wasn't even of the age of 12, 13 says a lot about what's going on in the backgrounds of those kids. So I need to be more eyes and ears watchful. And sometimes, again, these parents might not know because if there are some parents who actually are working hard and thinking that their children are being in the places they're supposed to be at, yeah, this is what I'm saying. The community is not on board the way it used to be. But again, what happened to getting to know your neighbors? This is why a lot of different things did not happen the way it happens now. Because we were still focused on the main objective. Make sure if there's kids involved, make sure these kids is good. Make sure I ain't got to call these people on you or try to possibly do something. That's how it was. We was holding not just kids accountable, we was holding adults accountable for shit. Even elders. We ain't doing that no more. Everything is being allowed. Everything is fun and game until that shit hit home or hit rock bottom for real. Something that y'all should be thinking about for the day. There's some of y'all who cry again about your communities not having much of anything, but you won't put nothing together for them. I'm telling you. Sometimes I'm gonna say this in the best way. There's a lot of y'all that need to fucking pick your struggles. Yeah, I hear you, man. It's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Just for some of those people, you lucky you're not out there for real. Again, California is a whole different beast when it comes to crime. 3 strikes don't matter. Your ass gone. Shoot, some of these states you don't even need 3 strikes. You do something that serious, you will be fucking sitting there sitting up a hard time for what? For your first offense? Oh, this your first offense? Oh, you okay? I see where this is going. 10 plus. Wait, what? Like, come on. Who wants that? Like I said, look at that situation I told y'all about. This dude got 35 plus just for the things he did. No, my fault, 40 plus. Got football numbers for what? Football numbers because of things you didn't necessarily have to do. Kidnapping. Come on now. You done pistol whip these people. You done kidnapped them within their own damn home. Try to hold them for ransom, all sorts of wild shit. You bugged out. All of that was not necessary. Now, see, now you lucky because, again, that situation could have went a whole lot different. You could have messed around, thought you was going to get it easy, whatever, and would have got your face blown off coming through that front door. Because there's some people that are already on it like that. Especially they already know what it is. I'm telling y'all better start thinking. Shit ain't cool no more. Things that y'all allowing are going to continue to happen because y'all not putting your foot down when you need to put your foot down at. Giddy, what's going on, baby? Where my beef brisket sandwiches, damn it? Jewel, you was still over here in the corner too. Where my pork roast sandwich? Come on now. Serious, I'll rob you for the slushy later. James, I smell pork shoulder on the grill. Past that, past that. Oh, but you gotta remember that part. Mo, you still owe me a monkey from the zoo, but I'm gonna leave you alone on that, sis. Tired of y'all, man. Summertime. Not gonna be doing this. Not gonna be doing this, y'all. But you gotta remember that part right there, though, for real. There's nothing funny or anything grand about your children not having the best forms of options so that they won't put themselves in dangerous situations. Kids right now that just ain't even turned 18 could be possibly facing football numbers are better just for the specific crimes they was a part of, whether they was the initial one that initiated everything or not. Don't matter. Looking at Fed numbers, and guess what? They got a 98% clearance on everything. So guess what? I don't care if you put everything up that you thought you could get up. You're not getting out until they feel you fit to get out. Just remember that part. Sitting up in that Fed, just forget about it. Your life is basically in their hands now. Get it together. Some of y'all really need to remember that part. You know, you don't want those forms of situations happening. Start again, getting to know your neighbors. I don't care if they old neighbors, new neighbors, in between neighbors. Guess what? Everybody should be knowing everybody. At least in those situations right there. All the hidden dangers ain't so hidden no more. It's being unraveled right within in front of your eyes. Believe me when I say that could have been a whole lot worse. I don't care. I'm gonna say this again. Single parents, both parents, guardians. Make sure your queens is home when they supposed to be home. Make sure your kings is home when they supposed to be home. Start keeping visual tracks and awarenesses where you need to. If there's things that you think you're not aware of, you better start getting aware of it now and getting in front of it. So I kid you not, the more it keeps progressing, the worse the outlook is going to be. And again, that's for the parents that need to hear this. If you ain't nowhere on that thing or anything on that list today, then this message don't apply to you. This message applies to those who need it. I'm telling you, there's some of y'all who still have chances and opportunities to watch your kids become successful. Watch them become great adults, create their own grand dynasties. But you gotta be the focal part of everything. You're gonna have to be solid in your options, solid in your choices, so you can give your kids choices. But nonetheless, again, just want to chime in because again, this is something that needs to be said. A lot of you who pay the consequences daily don't get in check and what you need to get in check of. And the main thing you're supposed to remember at all costs is protecting your loved ones, protecting your offspring. Making sure that your offsprings are not in any form of physical danger. Get right. hate to hear them words. I told you so. I'm not one that do that. I'm not gonna do that. Normally, I just let things be. My views and opinions are my views and opinions. But the logic that was brought today, can't refute that. In order for your children to become any form of successful and motivational person in life, you gotta give it to them where it's at. You have to make sure you're teaching them something outside of just street logic, or just teaching them outside of anything criminal. Teaching that life does have some form of a balance to offer. But you still gotta be the main part of that balance. Always keep your spirits high, your spirits strong no matter what. And you keep progressing for what you need to progress with. And before I do get up out of here, I feel like I need to get this out there. I want to give this as a motivational for some that need to hear it. So, when life does give you a whole bunch of madness and you feel like you at your lowest, you can't say F life because you're still living it. You can't put yourself in that realm of negative thought because you might end up doing something that could be too dangerous or critical. But when you have any form of opposition that you know you can knock out the ballpark, especially when they're trying to stop you, stunting your growth, you make sure you give them one of these, though. And you gotta also remember to slide into the right forms of opportunity. You slide in just like this. You just gotta remember, life will give you options, or you could be a part of life options. The options in life, we already know. If you ain't a square, you in the streets. Can't play in either realm and be half in, half out. If you're gonna be a squid, stay a squid. If you're gonna live the other life, live the other life. Know what you actually are into. Can't be 1 foot in and 1 foot out. And even with some of you parents that need to hear it, that's the same way. You can't be 1 foot in and 1 foot out. You're either going to be in it for the long haul, or you're going to just completely give up. But if you do give up, it'll be the saddest thing again, because you never know what you could have raised. You never know what your children can be, or possibly still can be, if you already gave up on it. And I see y'all laughing in here because y'all was encouraging the madness, but I'm serious. Life give you a whole bunch of madness that you feel you could outweigh. Shoot, you even gotta do this sometimes.
Okay. Locked up. Scars pivot, gets into the edge and wins by you. And Huckleberry still leads on his own.
You got to. Telling you, it's going to be necessary for you to do so. Oh, for you, wait a minute, ain't it cancer season now? Wait a minute, it's a cancer season, my bad. So for all the cancers, yes, I ain't forget about y'all.
Dear friend, I know it's your birthday today, but keep yourself under control. Don't drink all the alcohol in town or the news will be like this tomorrow.
Nah, but y'all enjoy yourselves, especially I know another year around the sun, which is a blessing as always. So y'all make sure y'all having the utmost fun, keeping yourselves safe as always. Stop laughing and encouraging madness, Didi. Man, I knew you was gonna come in here with that. I got something for your ass. I knew it. I knew I was gonna have to do this today on you. I knew it. I knew it. And I ain't gonna have to do this to you, damn it. Damn it. Where is it at? Where is it at?
Oh, shit.
Hey, can you stop swearing, please? My baby's in the other room.
Oh, fuck. I'm sorry. Shit. I'm sorry. Damn it. I'm fucking... I'm sorry.
Ah, fuck you.
Oh, fuck you too.
Who else coming in for the madness today? I knew it. I knew it. James, don't worry. I got something for your ass, too. Burning up my grill and letting Rufus and them do what the hell they wanted to do today. Hold on. You got to clean up today. Better get that magic eraser for that damn girl. Messing with my damn emotions today, man. Yeah, he's be doing too much. Nah, but all in all, though, for real, though. Link is dropped, but if nobody popping in, don't matter. Something I just need to get off. And again, parents got to start giving better options for your children. I can't make that any more simple. It doesn't matter if your kids do reach college or if they don't. The main thing is making sure that they got the tools necessary for life. Whatever life may bring them, or whatever they decide to put in their life. Again, making sure they have strong possible options for anything. Some things you ain't going to be able to fall on forever. If your kids is in the sports, they ain't going to play sports forever. They can end up getting a serious injury, and that serious injury could land them around the sidelines for life. And what else they gonna know outside of just sports? You know, teach them. Oh, we had another one. Hold on. Oh, I knew we had a troll in here. Hold on.
Motherfucker.
You always get one towards the end. Unbothered as always, so here you go. You go ahead. So sorry, you dungeon pirate. Oh, damn! I didn't even see what he wrote. Damn, man, I like that. StreamYard been doing the best, cause these niggas be doing the worst. And guess what? My public service announcement today still wasn't interrupted. Nonetheless, try again, my sucker. Try again. See, I think you are part of the reason why we have some of the things happening now. You was definitely part of that broken background. I could tell. You gotta have a broken, repeated record to keep on with either the different troll names or the same old tactics. Yeah. Oh, but I'm unbothered. You know how I'm unbothered? I'm always gonna be unbothered. Because again, I'm living rent free in your mind. I don't care about you. The only thing I hope is that you don't get hit by a bus. But take this on the way out, though.
Shit.
Take that on the way to your dungeon. You know, your little dungeon confinement. Bye-bye, little Rapunzel. Bye-bye. But nah, let me get up out of here. Like I said, that link was still somewhere in the chat. You could have came up here and talked to me. Stop being a little bitch. Can you do that for me? Can you do that for me? Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to be that paid today. Let me show you what your mama was doing last night.
Take a loss, get her right back. She get tossed around, moving like that. Outside with the demons. Beyonce almost made me drown, but I'm brave. I had to lose to win. Then I told myself I never lose.
There you go. There you go. Now I feel better. But nonetheless, you know how to do it. You know how to do it. For those following me on Clapper, I could be back definitely around 6. But if not, I'll let y'all know what's going on. It's going down. Wait a minute, rap video.
Yeah, I'm out the way, yeah, I'm low, okay. Yeah, the island right here is remote, okay. I ain't thinking about no reaper, nigga, I'm reaping what I sow, okay. Got a Benjamin and a Jackson all in my house, like I'm Joe, okay. Hellcat, made his own boys and them types LA solo, okay. Everybody wanna be demon till they get chipped by your throat.
One more again for Pop.
Yeah, I'm out the way, yeah, I'm low, okay. Yeah, the island right here is remote, okay. I ain't thinking about no reaper, nigga, I'm reaping what I sow, okay. Got a Benjamin and a Jackson all in my house, like I'm Joe, okay. Hellcat, made his own voice and them types LA solo, okay. Everybody wanna be demon.
Nah, but let me get up out of here, y'all. We go figure out what I gotta figure out for the rest of the evening. For those who just tuned in, y'all already know y'all can catch the replay and make sure y'all share this out. Yeah, I would give like to something, and I'm choosing not to today. I just told y'all I'm unbothered. I'm gonna be unbothered for a while, so I might get bothered because they causing traffic jam right now. I don't want to keep hearing that either. But yeah. Definitely always a blessing to bring something to the people, and that's what I'm going to keep doing. And appreciate everybody that's been part of the build, still being part of the build. We still got great conversations and content to bring. That's what we're going to keep doing. If whoever don't like it, you be all right. You be all right. You could be a part of the troll drop, too. Don't worry, there's still more coming. There's still more coming. You keep on. Yes. More coming. But here, for your thirsty lips out here, take that.
Oh yeah, I know you love it, muscle lips. Let's go. Lap it up, you hungry son of a bitch. Whoop! Sorry.
Get a handle on your frisbee, college boy.
Oh, you do not want to go.
Let me get up out of here. Let me get up out of here. Oh, wait a minute. I do owe somebody. Wait a minute. Before you leave out, I do owe somebody this one. My bad. I actually owe y'all 2 more. My bad. I owe y'all 2 more. Here. Yeah, I know I owed y'all. I know. I didn't forget about y'all, though. You know I ain't forget about you. And I ain't forget about you either, baby. You know y'all was getting one of those. Les, what's going on, my guy? What's going on? Don't encourage the madness today. Don't encourage the madness today. No. Yeah, but then you encourage the madness then. See, you did encourage the madness. Hey, Les, I know you probably been in the shadows, but you ain't forget about your trolls out either.
Are getting bigger. Oh, yes, the muscles. The muscles are getting big from the pump.
Let me get up out of here before I get y'all in trouble. For real. I don't need y'all to be a part of the madness. Oh, you already know, Les. Come on, man. I can't be nobody but myself on here. I can't be. Well, I could be somebody else, but that's going to take a lot of practice and acting and a whole bunch of other stuff. I don't know what the other stuff is. Don't want to know what it is. But I'm going to still be crazy as hell and give y'all a dance video on the way out.
Turn it out. You must first begin to breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Now drop, now drop, now drop, now drop. Breathe in, breathe out.
Don't worry. Yeah. For those just coming in there, y'all can catch this replay definitely. If y'all was new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to the replay game. Shout out to the Shadow Mafia and the Shadow Babies. Y'all know what it is, baby. Everybody that was in attendance today, y'all already know that love is love and it'll be reciprocated as such. I don't know how to be fake.
I know, I already know he's been out here. Everybody was telling me.
Do is do the real topics for real good. You're not moving. Shut the car up. What's going on? Y'all stay safe. Keep that third eye open. Until the next live, we out here. Peace and blessings.